I want you to tell us a little bit about the VRTL Summit that has just been kicked off. Does this really show that we're at this tipping point in Hollywood where they are gathering to want to adopt immersive technology that much more?
Well, I think that everybody's really excited about this brand new medium, and I think we're still at the early stages of what it could become. But I think what we're finding out is that it will be a really powerful storytelling tool indeed. And so at VRC, we're really exploring things like how to direct in VR and how to tell a story and how to develop characters, how to edit, those sorts of things. So I think it's still in the exploratory stages, but it's a really exciting future for, I think, the combination of cinema and sort of the gaming community and Hollywood in general.
I want to wind back a bit because, of course, you're a two-time Academy Award winner. You worked on Avatar, Alice in Wonderland, Maleficent as well. Where there did you really feel you were pushing the boundaries and starting to dabble within the AR, VR, immersive entertainment world?
Yeah, I started this journey on exploring VR actually when I was working on Avatar. What I could see, because we were creating these 360-degree worlds for the first time and actually making a movie in that world. In other words, Jim Cameron had a virtual camera and he could go into those locations and actually create a film that way. And so I just saw that it was simply a matter of time before we would take the technology and develop it so that we could actually step into those worlds, and that's what we see happening now.
And we're just seeing branding of the virtual reality company, the production company that you've set up. Where are you finding demand already coming from, stemming from? Is it largely gaming at the moment? Is Hollywood knocking on your door?
I think originally I think everybody thought it was going to go strictly to the gaming community, but what I wanted to see is if this was actually something that could be a very powerful way to tell a story in a new way. So what we did is we did a cinematic test. We did a 4-minute test just to sort of put everything that Hollywood has to offer into this experiment, and that includes theatrical music and Skywalker sound and all of those things that make us enjoy movies. And what we found when we made these combinations together was something not just cinematic, but it's actually even more powerful because the immersion into this world is so powerful that it's something that we haven't seen before.
What are the challenges? What at the VRTL Summit have you been talking about that is currently holding things back?
I think for me, what I love about what we're doing right now is we're exploring how to get real actors into these worlds. So, for instance, we're exploring not just the array camera capture techniques and dimensional video and those sorts of things, but what I want is the sort of holy grail for me is to get an emotional performance from a professional actor that we all recognize, that in a scene in VR that hasn't been done. I kind of joke a little bit that we haven't seen Meryl Streep in VR yet.
And tell us about that, because we have seen some big actors and big successes, and we've often seen actors have to make believe in some of their roles. But how is the acting community taking on the VR challenge?
Well, it's a little bit different approach. I mean, right now they're starting to embrace that, and I think once we start to see more compelling content and really great storytellers and scripts being written for VR, that will attract that kind of talent that we need. I also think that because we're at the early stages, we don't have the sort of capital we don't have $100 million at this point to make a film, so we have a smaller amount that we have to make the most with. So I think once there's more investment into content, better writers and storytellers coming into the scene, I think you'll start to attract many top talent.